name's Wade, and this is the Wampler Plexi-Drive Deluxe. It's a Marshall in a box that sounds like a Marshall. More than that, it feels like a Marshall. I'll get into that in a second. So, you've got on this side, you've got a post-gain circuit. For our purposes, that's an amp. And over here, you've got a pre-gain circuit, which for our purposes is a screamer. You've got a couple of soft switches, perfectly laid out. Tap them both, switch seamlessly, turn it all on, turn it off. It's laid out well. Got a base switch and a bright switch. Set them and forget them, just depends on your amp, whatever sounds best. Got a level knob which controls the volume for the post gain side. Got an active 3-band EQ. Active means it boosts and cuts frequencies in the appropriate places. Combined with the post gain knob, it really allows you to shape the three-dimensional sound of the amp you're trying to dial in. Post gain knob, kind of like a voice control, not really, but depending on the EQ, you can dial in like some JCM 800 kind of growl, or over on this side you can dial in sort of like a 70s JMP, classy, Marshall slinky clean, kind of on the edge of breakup. And then because the classic hard rock Marshall sound that you think of is not really just a Marshall, it's a Marshall on the edge of breakup being pushed by a screamer, we've got a screamer circuit. Pre-gain knob here controls how hard this side of the pedal hits that side of the pedal. So it sounds like a Marshall, but more than that, it feels like a Marshall, meaning that it's got that tight, percussive, focused Marshall tone when it's really driven. It's got that fat, chewy bottom end that only Marshalls have, sort of when they're clean and about to break up. The notes really bloom like an amplifier. It responds to your pick attack. If you've ever seen Jimmy Page play, he's constantly adjusting his volume and his tone control. You can really shape your sound as you're playing along with it. It responds like an amp, and it sounds great. If you need a Marshall or need to touch on a Marshall tone without hauling around a bunch of expensive old amps that break down a lot, this is a good option. I'm not telling you it's going to replace the 45100 if that's really your thing, but I can't afford one. This, for me, is the way to go. All right, so let's hear it for a second. Get what I have turned on here.